Hey, Cemre, sorry for the delay on this, and I know we didn't get to connect for our one-on-one, but I wanted to send this portfolio review over to you on my own and just kind of take a look and see if we can come up with anything to kind of work on. So I have your portfolio up here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. So I noticed that you have a PDF, and that's totally okay. Immediately some things that I'm missing, right? So you have this title slide, and then you just go directly into design work. And so what I like to recommend usually when it's a PDF is having, after the title slide, usually an introduction, sort of like experience slide about some of your previous roles, some of your experience, some of the things that you're currently doing, and including things like your education, any internships, things like that. Then I like to kind of, instead of presenting work in a bucket according to like print design or book design, things like that, I like to just introduce them as projects. And so instead of having this label as like UX UI design, having something as peak mobile application and then subtitle UX UI design might be helpful. And the other thing too is that you're showing so much stuff here. You have photography, videography, yeah, painting, illustration, like everything. And so thinking about like what categories or like where do you want to focus a bit, right? Or what do you want to show? I think it's a lot to say that like I do print design, I do book design, I do graphic design, I do analog work, right? Is there a way that you can kind of present these projects without necessarily delineating like what area of the creative industry they fall in, right? Um, can you just present this as a pandemic series and it's a series of images that you use to explore creating in isolation? Um, and also I would really ask yourself, like, out of all these things that you're doing, what are the things that you want to continue doing? And what are the things that you just happen to be able to do at the moment? So for me, like I do graphic design for my clients, and that's the work I want to continue doing. If they need video editing by some chance, yes, I can do that, but I wouldn't choose to do that every day. Depending on the client and depending on the budget, yes, I can do that, but it's not something that I am looking to do more of. Um, and the other thing, again, in sort of like trying to narrow down the areas that you want to focus in, rather than just presenting these projects within one page, I'd look to kind of give them 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 pages for each project where you're going in detail about the objective, about the solution, and about the execution. I think those are really important. Whereas this, I just kind of get really quick glimpses of the work. And then what happens is when you have projects or areas that are just one slide, it kind of shows that you're not necessarily focused in this area. Whereas like in the book project, you have multiple slides. And so I would think like that's more of a strength. Whereas in the UI UX project, you only have one. And so that's something to think about as well. So yeah, I would, and again, like narrow these down to like 3 projects that you want to include in here, and go from there. So again, super sorry for the delay on this. If you have any questions, you have my email, and I hope you found this helpful and have a good day.